Mame kwa umano so nominate the fire service PRO, the Ghana National Fire Service PRO. Minia Desmond any enkomo nafe. On my better understanding of enkomo yedi no. Minia machi mu akwa ba de ba 95.1. JB ni bi aboko de.
That was the pa nyame adom ye ho ye.
Hey. Ja. O me bank rai unya mo mesu.
Oh, minya mo.
Ade so me ne wow.
Said adwuma said the modi ahye say adwuma na ekete. Nti o se ye hwe na etutu bibia wo ne kwan so.
Exactly. But this one I me fra wana no pay ya. I mean, the latest information at ABBA. We are told it's about 53% of Akandi say mode ekokoku etieja ejashishie. I say, is it true? Bet me confirm my.
Asat, young fan say last 2 weeks, ABC last week there. Na sa figure no no correct, but in prempring I me no ka say there. About 70% of our fire engines are in commission. Just a little over 30, 29, 30%, and they are out of commission. I mean, no cassette preparing.
So, as at last week, they are now 53% no correct. But as at a nano per make cassette, about 79% are operational.
About 70%.
About 70%. Now, so what went into 53%? As at last week, Magic Ben and perform here. Na any day.
The kind my men find cheers from and Mawati for. Men Mawon and to say information call out from fancy free bear and Rechi and Ra banning no information was say it to me Kai and BB say as or minor and brave you do say Udum Jasway it to me a chayani a beshe. Nemo Bibian Kemfuano yen the air crado. Say the awesome part of Magana for you na maintain that. Maybe I want to be that. Say Ejebia baby. Now ya friend Ghana National Fire Service say one by Ghana from one. Now Ghana for Fire Service was a yen to member because yes be I say and I say BB. Even in the extreme of cases, crano, you timid the taxis, you timid the fire extinguishers, you timid the other forms of interventions are called. I'm yet to me a Ghana for MWA. Then you Ghana for crowns on one quantity yet to me you. Even to the extent of going to Burkina Faso, going to Ivory Coast, and even our neighboring Togo. And Pempi, you know, a copase, Muhia and Moa, a Ghana for ya in Fidia, yen taxpayers' money, a canoa. Yet me the Ama Fire Service for it. And you did say to me in 2012. Ghana Statistical Service at the survey be by now. If you should move a copy and say they publish something about our response time, we're doing an average of 12 minutes. Say we are doing an average of 9 minutes. Even in our current circumstances, we admit say you need Ghana for Nemo baby it will be a hope say you be nyan clear say at say your fire, say your flooding. Say you kind of say cars or quenchia no be 9 crack or kagata on some so and I say a 90 great in yan within 9 minutes the situation one we are able to marshal resources
very well now
incident even to the extent that we have done less than 2 minutes 4 minutes even less than 5 minutes to many incidents
I see.
Any Japadi Bibri at the idea as you
very well.
Kind of for ya Nansing or a Tama, important more a J could do hobby now be at a Nagumu can I say or was psychological issue be or for pylon. Can you do that so ya? Casapa pay can they be named Sebu or Brimpon every year? Cabana, Ama, the money and the friends and the bushing for a charge. Your coy and then a Casaya in Fidia, one man it's me. Yadenama social welfare, Wapuana say is in good mental condition or share the Japan, the Senate and the Bushia.
Very well.
Now, the
yes.
Fire service can agape by we important mobile because gas explosion be a year. Into every year to say, I like the way to say media and also so attending or attention at the bar fire service. Being now, near my fancy free bear me and said, "Ya can want them up what they will. I'm a gun of food in a ate. I buy swati as to say, I receive more and answer, and they just someone man and say, I'm buying a crowd or say, or they a dear, can say fire tenders me in and the brain said the bear.
That's one. What I remember. Me and come on. That's one. But me and come on one after the other. Now, me a better understanding of some of these things. Now, so Cecilia, as we speak, the whole country, and more recording about 70% of more equipments are more the edumja are operational. Now, tell me, Cecilia, fire tenders do what say, and more are operational. As it stands now, Ghana high now.
One per our stations, we are supposed to have 285 stations. And only your current stations are your but yes, our stations meaning fire appliance. If you were appliance, if you so any appliance, and baby, any bino. Your contingents, nearby stations, and responded to fire star, a walk baby, fire stations, any. Intimate me amount, regional breakdown, so that you have a feel of what we are talking about.
I just want to have a fair idea of how many fire tenders, because I know now you say the major firefighting machine, Modekokuja. So Namo was saying how many of them, and I say how many of them are operational as we speak in Premu.
And said the meeting can out of this 285 stations, we had stations of almost 250, and then there were fire stations. As at me fan say Enra and I say Premu.
Okay. 250 fire tenders.
200.
Okay.
Yes. So out of this 250, and 70% or more fire engines, are operational. Just 30%, and the commissioner, a banner said, BBC was and for them were a better thing, said, engine and Casabit aye. And I said, Mr. Kain, our contingency is such that nearby stations, a woman said, if you said, yes, well over 15 years. Yeah, it's just less than maybe a year or more. And it's time to be Sabio, Bronicra, what it means is that they are not 100% efficient. They are not 100% efficient. They break down every now and then. As and when they break down, management fixes them. And that is one
very well. Now, so very well.
Fault, the major ones has to do with engine. The engine breakdown.
Okay.
The cost of maintenance and then the repairs. It runs into millions of cedis. But if you are no more a crutch, if you are a brake pad, if you also saw a one outside
minor fault.
And I make a report the 2 days. A reporter for the past 2 weeks and he collated here.
Okay.
That's yesterday. Most of the tenders have been repaired. Me no kasa kra no. If you also cry, you go swa. Yeah, repairs are. If you are a Friday there. Now out of 70%, you can say 70% a year to me. If you cry, it's near should talk about 85.
Very well.
And may cry and no cutting. If you cry, it's near say in the year. I was saying to me,
now, but Mame Buamina, you narrowing it down to Greater Accra. Then we are beside the rapid intervention vehicle on the now. So Greater Accra assistance now. How many fire tenders and they operational now?
All right. So Greater Accra, there were 23 fire engines. So far 17 in commission. And,
17.
6. I say even the 6 no crano. I understand, sir. And Opeya Accra, a Kolebu. They are one of their fire trucks and no, it's just a matter of crutch. I'm say Muna thing. See, I'm say also son, now Manaya. No, mechanics in Usua, what has said, and they are with me affected. Then also about Becca, the fleet of vehicles.
Parliament, the end of my year.
Oh, Parliament, the end of a year, Juma.
And a Flagstaff House, the year, Juma.
A year, Juma, come on.
Very well.
A Flagstaff House, also the a year, Juma.
Okay.
I think that a castle, the Anna, and also one Juma, and also management station, yet me, I'm bringing it back on the road. And see, we should greater Accra, yeah, not as a baby, I said, I'm here to man, yeah, baby, baby, and no crown, if you want no crown, station, no, it be a 2 fire engine, a water tender back, and a dual purpose, maybe and a water tender, no boom, now say, but not dual purpose, no boom, a year to man. If you didn't be, said the I think I can, a chenache, na a chain so, or how I WOHO, no, and a frequent breakdown. Now, management also area task to say, as and when it breaks down, then now Wabomodi now affects now me back on the
interesting road. Now, so we are told to say the former interior minister Ambrose Derry a promise of rapid intervention vehicles. Emma Bakukra Eba Mamodi demonstrations are manina who say yes, a year Jumanisa. I am also reliably told to say, Bakuna Banokrano, it is not in use as it stands now. But out of the promises of mobile in Bakukra Honoma are available. Can you confirm that to us?
The TNS one said, Yanjuma dia yedino. Yamay how you ato abain ama abain so and when here that was said, Yamituli Ghana National Fire Service. And to Bosch and the abain they are saying. Say me no kase ye mu akasa aboshi na kenne ye atimi amaterialize amasa tenders ahodo ambulance ahodo your friend say heads ahodo ne RIVs ne firefighting motors ne drones ne adia washe embo say beba na no ke ye mu akade ya akaba but one say these fire engines are procured based on specifications and it takes time. Inti if we bear 3 years I can't want to me. Sanshi shading now what you go aquemo. Meno can there are about 3 different packages Baku every North America, US, and Canada and portable. Baku Europe and now Baku Asia. Yes, these procurement processes go through. The last time I checked, it was at the value for money stage. You a good deal. These fleet of vehicles and also a bit to me Abba. That is the only bottleneck as I say Ackah.
But at what point? At what point now? At what point na mobeje mobile launch baako ehun say baako na mode abado okay. More testing. I mean everything was working. So it meant to say the processes were far advanced.
And one says our process way no. Said the meeting can it started way back about 3 years ago. And because it is not just a package, different packages from all over the globe, no. To say the European package, and all these things are subject to availability of funds. And our buying also there. And see, if it has gotten to the value for money, all that we are hoping for is that a buying bit to me, I raise the needed funds, access the required financial resources will be to me across our name in Abba. And so the year came in, it boils down to say baby, no. About to me, I pay what media across our name in Abba. And that is where we are also praying and hoping that these resources will be made available. And they are not there. That is our hope now. And we are not relenting. They say, we share contingency cries at the out of our workforce. They say we've channeled a lot of our personnel into the conduct of fire safety or fire public safety education. Any inspections our premises near there. If you have been following us keenly on our social media, you realize that we have been to virtually all available public spaces, our markets, our schools, our worship centers, and what have you. ye ne Ghana for di nkita ho na nkontabu efa jasihye ho nkontabu aba beto dwa no the nika wo no kwan says say about 1/3 of these fire incidents that we record for the past 3 years have been the public have been able to extinguish them on their own. And I just say, and also see a very, very good thing for us. I can say, yeah, boy, home day pa. Auntie, you better to us on this education to me, the Ghana for. Now, meaning the Ghana for, if they are empowered, it helps us to be able to prevent fires.
Very well. And so, as it stands now, about 70% of fire engines in operation 90 more as quick as possible response to any emergency situation be able within Ghana and its environs.
Yes, we are very much prepared, even in the coming festive season, the dry season, the come on. We are very much prepared. We've put in place a lot of contingencies. But in community, we need the fire tenders. About the fire tenders, arrive with even the firefighting drones. It is not just about government alone. It's about every one of us. To say, yes, your mind and the we are part of the state. We all have a responsibility to kind of to help the Ghana National Fire Service to be able to serve our interests. And they say, philanthropist, also all boy he is based in the UK. He's a firefighter. He's a Ghanaian who is also there. We mobilizing some of these equipment and they. PPEs few years down the line, or the buyer and they crime, what I say, or they arrive here. It is meant for combating bushfires. At the bar, and check right here by next week or next 2 weeks. We have a pound to Ghana for them. One U.S. president, we should be thinking of what we can do to support our nation, but not just every time our nation. They won't say. Or resources and also retooling Ghana National Fire Service. But also it's affecting businesses. For now, a pre-prior na a Japan. What are we also doing? In the end, Yakuma Swadi and say, Yina Bema, the Justice share home by Bono. Aye, here, dear. Now, Yasasa in Subai be effort Justice share home. May say, Jano, in Yan Maya, in Yan 2 years. And until you bet yada, Memo, Yam fat and share pack in one quemo. Say, Ufi, baby, I want only smoke detector, only fire extinguisher. Ben will be mamma, children found police station, so what Tom Ranty, I was so kunyafa. I was what the cow dada abrabo, wires and wanted to man. But modern so electrical engineer and answer electrician. What Kadari will let you memo and answer Yamana Budding Carter from the Energy Commission. Na ubitinya NCC the amount what homa papa no dia ba be NCC the amount said the be ya electrical fault how do e ba no e bitimi every ho afin so niam bi to say mosquito cause candles ne matches side to basa ma nkwala hunu na odidi agroma ijaba no yemfa ni na NCC o cylinder elikia men twen me mfa tuntun sansan be gina ofiti echi embobu enkan cho so cylinder na eliki no e bitimi di jaba bunye bebe yi nsi ebe no nwane. Into so gasoline and say back up na want to chima. I was a breed also of people from. Now she has a leakage in the valves and no tubes and the ability to miss the sun. Now fay we free Jenny near ma to decide it's a bit near to no. Baby out the crowd or them no. Where has a Anthony M. Open no. Hardcore burglar proofing paper in Japa, intimate way my intimate pee, name a training a bushia. And so some free mono. Nayan Shanayans na collapsible ones are, and they are attention by beating a peer, na a 2 year being a teenager. Young fast share them called Asubandia. Yet other than a deep, na fire for by a CNT once a naya broom, naya say if dear. She say, I want quite share is the new baby you can watch me. So say if dinner, said if dinner, send me a copakisiwa. Not at Toyenchim this year. Why if you didn't family do Mujano? It is Asubani, I will see a jay. Na prank calls, na ya phone. Obi si me me yere abɔdwe hye ni nyina yɛ sumanbɔ ne ɛwɔ fi gyae na afi bronya yi yɛtumi di ma no yɛ dɛ paa sɛ bronya adeɛ a mepɛ sɛ mede ma wo ne watiefoɔ nyina ne wahwɛfoɔ ɛyɛ yɛ emergency number no mepatɔ yɛn sesa no that's why 112-192
all right
adesrɛdeɛ ɛgya ne ba akwanhyia ne ba atɔnyɛ nkyɛm ne ba yɛmfiri odumgyafoɔ ntɛm na even 9 minutes na asisi a yɛyɛ no ɛsonte mbra between 1 to 4 minutes na meet international standards.
Very well.
Yɛni ɛngye yɛdwuma a yɛyɛ wɔ Ghana ha yi.
That's what I mean. That was say. Bibi any abesa bo so any din komo. All right, so Desmond Ackah, the PRO and the Ghana National Fire Service. Only any din komo no.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Yeah,